Welcome to the Water Trough, where we can't make you drink, but we will make you think. My name is Ed Drozd, the Small Business Doctor, and I'm really excited you chose to join me here as we discuss topics that are important for small business folks just like you. If you're looking for ideas, inspiration, and possibility, you've come to the right place. Join us as we take steps to help you create the healthy business that you've always wanted. Hey there, and welcome back to the Water Trough. This is Ed Drozd, the Small Business Doctor. Today I'd like to talk a bit about advertising, but not the kind of advertising that comes to mind when you think about the concept of advertising. Let me give you an example, a little story here. I am not one of those aggressive sorts of drivers. I tend to drive the speed limit plus maybe 5 miles an hour. I spend most of my time in the right lane on the highway, and I don't cut in and out of traffic, things like that. I'd like to think that I'm not only on the side of the law, but I'm on the side of being safe for myself and for others around me. In this one specific case, a van appeared behind me. The guy was close enough for me to see the scowl at his face. I got the impression he didn't appreciate the fact that I was going the speed limit plus 5. And moments later, the van pulls around me, and as he passes, of course, I see the one-finger salute. He pulls away and he cuts into the lane in front of me. Now, it's interesting because as he was going by, I made a mental note of his business name and location. It's plastered all over the vehicle for people to see. There's no question who the van belongs to. On the other hand, this harried driver, whether he was the employee or he was the business owner or what have you, was certainly making a statement about his company. I looked up the number when I returned home, and I called that number to inform them that one of their drivers had nearly run me off the road. Now, they were quite apologetic, and I appreciated that, but I made it very clear that I'd never considered doing business with them. Now, you got to ask yourself, what difference does it make that a harried employee was driving like that, and I should or should not work with the business? To be honest with you, it might be a somewhat impulsive comment, and there have been occasions where things like this have happened where I've actually gone ahead and done work with a business, but they left me with a really bad feeling. I just did not appreciate the way that I felt. Most importantly, I felt that I was being treated in a manner that could have been unsafe for me. Now, I suggested to the people on the phone that it might be worth their while if they reminded their employees that they are ambassadors for the business, and very obvious ones at that. If you're going to splash your name all over the place on a vehicle, and you're going to have people who are ambassadors for your company driving as if they have no concern for the well-being of the public, needless to say, you're going to find some point where there'll be some problems. Now, I don't know, this guy might have been late for an appointment, or what the case might be. He must have had an argument with his family or friends. That being said, he took out his personal agenda on me. And unfortunately, that really doesn't cut it. Now, in this day and age, we're all happy to hide behind the veil of anonymity. Social media allows us to do that to quite an extent, and so we say all sorts of things. We are very verbose about what people should have done, could have done, how they look, and so on and so forth. And while I'm not saying that's right, there may at least be some degree of, or there might be the possibility for us to hide in a way. I'm not saying that's the way to go. I don't think that's the right thing to do. But to blatantly behave in such a manner as to upset and or concern people when it comes to their welfare, and have your business name plastered all over the vehicle you're driving, it just doesn't make any sense. You know, when it comes to advertising, whether it's in a vehicle, on the phone, in person, or otherwise, you and your employees are the public face of your business. You are looked upon as a reflection of the business. Most people who observe a positive behavior, a positive conduct, will be inclined, or will not be disinclined at any rate, to do business with you. But people who get that feeling that you are being dangerous, you are unsafe, that you are any of a number of negative things, are going to be far less inclined to want to work with you and with your company. Employee rudeness, intolerance, and annoyance, things like this, they don't make for a positive customer experience. Those are the things that happen face to face. This gentleman in the van, needless to say, there was no direct connection between us other than his passing by and making sure that I knew of his disdain for me. And occasionally, the unhappy customer might file a complaint or concern. You might get lucky. Well, I suppose you could say that this employer was lucky because I took the time to inform them that this person's driving behavior was off-putting and that it would be worth their while to check into something like that. But more often, people don't file a complaint or a concern. I suspect, rather, they go away and they share their experience with others, lots of others. As we know, it's human nature to share the bad things with a bunch of people and to leave the compliments and the good things for a much smaller number. Let's face it, we have an appetite for things that are not so great. We have an appetite for catastrophe. We have an appetite for negative things that are going on. Bad news sells. Good news, not so much. But things such as this are not good for your business. So I have a couple thoughts about what one might do. And the first thing I'd ask is that you consider assessing the status quo. Take a look at the current state of your business behavior. Is it on track? What are your strengths and weaknesses? Get input from an array of vested parties, customers, employees, vendors, and so on. Take the time to assess how you appear to others. Chances are you haven't done this. Chances are you're not aware of how you appear to the public. It's not the sort of thing that we actively look for. But it can be a very real issue. It can be a source of people either not showing up in the first place, saying bad things about you, or choosing to do something more nefarious. The goal, of course, in business is to attract customers, to bring customers in, to be able to sell that which you intend to sell. So taking a good look at the state of your business behavior, at the presence, at the way that your ambassadors are reaching or not reaching your clientele or the public at large is a great place to start. And once you have a clue about where you are, you, as the business owner, should practice your leadership capability and essentially consider the golden rules. Strange as that sounds, I know it's an old thing, but do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. Let your employees know that treating people right is part of the business culture and that it's expected in the workplace. After all, if you're trying to bring customers in, the last thing you want to do is scare them away. The driver on my tail did not make me feel good about the company. Now, while he's an ambassador for the company, he may not be anything more than just a harried employee. But that harried employee has the potential to simply turn away my business or any interest I might have in working with that business. Another thing you can keep in mind is to encourage feedback from your customers, your employees, and so on and so forth. Actively engage people. Ask them to reach out, to provide feedback, and then act upon it. When feedback is given, take it seriously. Try to let go of the expectation that everything is fine. Listen carefully to what people are saying. These are the people that you need to satisfy. These are the people that have to get the right message. Your customers, your employees, these people are vital for the success of your company. So seek the feedback, carefully digest and analyze that feedback, and then take action with that feedback. Feedback is worthless unless it is assessed and serves as the basis for change. Make sure that people know their feedback matters. They'll respect you for it, and of course you'll reap the benefit of bringing more people happily into your business. So in closing, I'd like to leave you with this thought. Don't leave the reputation for your business in the hands of a harried driver or a frustrated clerk. Make sure that the message being delivered, the advertisement that is being seen by those who engage with your business, is delivering the message that you want them to receive. This is Ed Drozda. Until next time, I wish you a healthy business.